Hey everyone, this is Jordan from Sleeklens.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to get the fall feel in your photos. So summer is slowly ending and fall is coming into play. So I wanted to show you how to get the fall feel in your photos. This is not just changing the colors and changing the colors of the leaves, the ground, that sort of thing. This is kind of getting an overall feel for how fall photos usually look. So we have this image here, and what I want to do is change the overall feel of the image. And I could do this in Photoshop using a couple adjustment layers, but I could also do this in a much easier module or filter, and that would be the Camera Raw filter. I actually like to use that because it's got everything put together in one spot, and it's just much easier to make pretty much the same adjustments over and over. So I have this image here, and I'm going to go over to Filter, and then Camera Raw filter, and here we are, and you can see we can make the basic adjustments as we normally would, much like you would see in Lightroom. But we have these adjustments here, and I'm going to go down to the Hsl sliders, and here I'm going to play with the mainly the yellows and the greens, maybe a little bit of the oranges. So for the yellows and greens, I'm going to take the yellow one and just move that down a little bit. You can see it takes the more yellowish hue areas of the photo and start changing them to a little bit of orange. Now I don't want to go all the way down, so I might go around about midway. And for the greens, for this particular image, I'm going to take those down as well, and you can start seeing it's turn the ground a little bit more orange. You don't want to go too crazy with it. You want to at least leave a little bit of green there maybe, but again, right around the same mark as the yellows. Now this is going to vary depending on the image, but for this image this is what works well. So with the oranges, we can play with that as well. We can take this around, and you see we're not getting too much here, maybe a little bit up in this mountainous area, but we're not getting a little too much, but so we're just going to leave that one alone. And then now we're going to go down to our camera calibration section. This is the section that really kind of changes the overall mood. So I'm going to take my hue of my green primary color, I'm going to play with that, and you can see it starts to change it to a little bit more of a burnt green, more orange sort of color there. And then we're going to go to our red and take that one down as well. You can see we go all the way down here, kind of gets more muted green, but then we go up, we get more of a definitely more of a you know, it's definitely more of an orange color, but it's not straight orange. And that's kind of what you want. You want everything to be just one specific color. With our blue primary, we can play with that a little bit to see what that gives us. If we did, we're going to go more towards the greenish hue, and we're getting a little bit more colors there. So as far as the basic image, I like this one. Now all I'm going to do is go over to my temperature here, my white balance, and I'm going to give it a little bit more warmth overall. And then maybe my tint, go down with the tint a little bit more green. You can play with a little bit more magenta, but I like to add a little bit more of the green there. And we're going to add a little bit more contrast, again, to this specific image, and then definitely add a little bit more clarity. So this is our before image here, and you can see this, it's very, very green, very natural looking, but then we go over here and we have this kind of cool, moody fall feel. A very cool image, and it was really easy to do. So all we're going to do is click here and OK, and we'll go back and we have our edited image right there. All right, guys, thank you for joining me in this quick tutorial. This has been Jordan from Sleeklens, and I'll see you in the next one.